Hello and welcome to another video on the channel. Back with the match preview of our up and coming game at Elland Road on Tuesday night against a very difficult side to beat in Leeds United. But just before we get into the match preview, just wanted to tidy a few things up of a few bits and pieces of what's been coming out of on social media over the previous couple of days. So you'd have probably seen today that the story doing the rounds is that we're looking at Paul Higginbottom and Danny Roll. And the story today is if Paul Higginbottom was to be appointed, that he would only be allowed to bring in one member of his backroom staff, and he would have to choose between Stuart McCall or Jack Lester. Now, if you've been watching my videos over the previous few weeks and months, you'll have heard me rambling on and ranting about this situation, about keeping the existing staff, and any future manager not being allowed to bring in the armed backroom staff, which is absolutely madness and absolute bollocks. You know, I've never heard of anything like it where a manager or a head coach goes into a club and they can't bring the on staff. It's absolute madness and makes no sense whatsoever. I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks that that backroom staff there need to go as well. Likes of Proctor and all them, for me, they're not good enough, not up to the job, and they're a direct result of what the performances, what we've been seeing on the pitch. They're what teaching or training the players day in, day out. For me, it's not good enough. And if a manager has got a trusted set of backroom staff that's worked with him in the past and getting them success, he should be able to bring them into the club with him. It's absolute madness by Speakman and Draves. And again, it just shows you the power that that Christian Speakman has at this club. He's too influential, he's got too much say, and it's about time KLD grew a pair of balls and got rid of him along with Davison. Just sort it out. We've also been linked with Danny Roll, but apparently it's going to take a hefty fee to get him out of Sheffield Wednesday, so there's a non-starter straight away, because there's no way we will pay a big compensation fee for any manager. So, and what I didn't get is if Higginbottom is a target, why haven't we got him in now? For the last 5 games of the season, get his feet under the table, get accustomed with the club and hit the ground running next year. So again, it could all be rumours, it could all be stories. You take these stories with a pinch of salt. But if that's the case, honestly, it's just another piss take in the daily life of SAFC. It really is. Now, you might have also seen Jermain Defoe saying that he would love the job. Now, we're not everybody's probably sitting there saying, no, no way. He'll ruin his legacy at the club. He's a legend here. He'll ruin all of that. Well, I get that. But on the other side of that, he gets the club, he gets the fans, he gets the area, he knows how passionate we are. And in his playing career, he's played under some great managers, like Harry Redknapp and all them. He'll have learned so much. And everybody's got to start somewhere. So, although he wouldn't be my first choice, if he was to get the job, I certainly wouldn't be against it. If you look at Kieran McKenna at Ipswich, up until last year, nobody knew who he was. Went to Ipswich, got them out of League One. He's now looking like take them into the Premier League at the first attempt. 2 promotions back-to-back in 2 years. What a fantastic achievement. Now, I'm guessing the Ipswich fans, when he first went in there, were like, who's he? Didn't really want him, and look where they've ended up. So, everybody's got to start somewhere. Yes, you could probably say he should be starting in the lower leagues and League One and what have you. But for me, I think he would be a decent shout. You know what I mean? He probably won't get the job. We know that. But like I say, I wouldn't be against him getting it if he did get it. But it's looking like Higginbottom and Roll. Higginbottom wouldn't be for me either. But he's got the experience. And he's got the know-how of this league. However, to come in and still work with them same bunch of coaches, for me, still wouldn't work. It wouldn't make any difference whatsoever. So, there we're gone. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below about them stories that have come out today and Jermain Defoe. Would you have him? Would you not? Would you have Higginbottom? What's your thoughts on Danny Roll? But anyway, on to Leeds United. So, Leeds still in a fantastic position in the league with five games left. They're currently sat in 3rd place, 2 points behind Leicester, 1 point behind Ipswich. No doubt 2 from these 3 will go up automatically, with one of them suffering the heartbreak of dropping into the playoffs. They're a massive 34 points above us. And for me, they've got a great chance still of getting into the Premier League automatically. They're managed by Daniel Farke, who astonishingly has only lost 8 games in the 47 games he's managed at Leeds. One of those, unbelievably, was against us earlier on at the Stadium Light in Michael Dodds' first game of his first spell in temporary charge, when we won 1-0 with Job getting the goal. But he's got a 61% win rate at Leeds since he joined in July last year. Fantastic manager. He's got a great record. He got Norwich promoted, if you remember, and now he's going to come back and looking to do the same with Leeds. And they've got some great players. This season, Crescencio Somerville have been averaging almost 8 a game for them. Daniel James, he's like lightning on the wings, and Jorginho Rutter, again a great forward player, and at this level, a great players. Goals, well, you can see Somerville's got 17, Daniel James has got 13, and Joel Perreault's got 12. So, I think they are probably up there with Ipswich in the top goal scorers of the league. They don't concede very many. And assists as well, Rutter's got 15, Somerville's got 8, and Daniel James has got 7. So like I've said, they're a great side. They're fantastic at home. Even though recent form, they did lose 2-1 at Coventry at the weekend. So they'll be looking to bounce back from that. They will be smarting from that, with a certain Ellis Sims scoring, by the way. You probably know. But Leeds at home this season, they've not lost. They've played 21, 16, drew 4, lost none. They've scored 44 and only conceded 13. They've took 52 points, and they are top of the home form table in the Championship. So you can see how difficult a task it's going to be on Tuesday night. Now, we know us, typical of us to go down there and get a result, because that's just what Sunderland do. When the back's against the wall and the least expected for to put a performance in or get a result, that's exactly what they do. They're going to get a result. Yes, we did put in a better performance on Saturday, albeit a frustrating one against Bristol City, who, we should have won that game maybe 4 or 5 comfortably, but downfall, like we said all season, not being clinical enough in front of goal, didn't take our chances, and we ended up drawing 0-0. So the team that I would play on Tuesday, would need to keep the ball on Tuesday night if we have any chance of getting a result. So for me, I'd have Alicia back in the team for Elshish, in a change of formation. So this is the team I would pick. So I'd have a Patterson in goal. I'd have a back 3 of Luke O'Neill and Dan Ballard. I'd have Helder in there. Now, Helder's awful and he's not convinced me one bit, but we've got any other centre-halves. The only other option would be to put Alicia in the back 3 and put Callum Stiles left wing back. But this is the team that I think he would probably pick, is Helder in that back 3 with Trey Hume and Adji Alicia as wing backs. Dan Neil, Pierre Ekwa, who put in a fantastic performance at the weekend. We need more of that from him. Sitting in midfield with Jack Clark, Job and Chris Rigg is kind of that forward 3. Now, I would keep Chris Rigg in the side purely because of his energy and his tackling ability. He gets stuck in and he gets about the pitch well. So I would drop Elshish. You could put Roberts back in if you wanted, but for me, like I say, we need to keep the ball. Now, I know Roberts is good at taking us up the field like Jack Clark is, but I don't think he's fully fit. He did come on Saturday and do better, but for me, I would keep Rigg in the side. So let me know what your thoughts are on that team selection and what would be your team against this very, very strong Leeds, team who are good all over the pitch. Now, score predictions, like I said, it's going to be a tough game. Now, I know, I don't like backing us to get beat, but like I say, Leeds will be hurting from that defeat against Coventry at the weekend. They're still fighting to get up automatically. So for me, they're going to be on it. Daniel Farke will be wanting a response from that game at the weekend. So for me, I'm going to go for a defeat. I'm going to go for Leeds 3, Sunderland 0, as much as it pains us. But that's just, I'm going with my heart rather than my head. No, I'm going with my head rather than my heart. Sorry, ran me around. So Leeds 3, Sunderland 0. So get your score predictions in below for the shirt competition that we are running. Only 5 games left. It's very, very tight at the top of the leaderboard, as you can see. So Kip Vieira and Kenneth Allen are joint with on 36. David Williams is on 34. Then we've got Alex Dixon, David Maynell, David Edwards, Man of the World, Ian Banks, Brian Greener, John T, Peter Smith, Banks and Bell, and David Newell. Kenneth Allen and Alex Dixon both got 2 points at the weekend, and that moved Kenneth Allen up to joint top with Kip Vieira. So get your predictions in for the Leeds game. Let us know what you think. We are, like you know, we are also running the LU sort of competition where I've asked you to predict the number of goals in the 3 games. It was a 0 goal start at the weekend, no goals at the weekend. So 2 games left. So we'll see what happens on Tuesday and then West Brom on Saturday. But there'll be a match review coming out on Tuesday night of the game. Hopefully it's not a trouncing, which it could quite easily be if we concede an early goal. I'm hoping it. I hope we go down there and we're compact and we're solid and we're frustrate Leeds and stay in the game as long as possible and maybe nick a draw. But let us know what you think. Please like, share and subscribe if you don't mind. It'd be greatly appreciated. You know, we're doing really, really well so far on the channel. Long may it continue. But until the next one, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.